had an opportunity to watch the video of Tom's van. We'd love to know what you think of it. Please leave a comment. Tom and I worked on this for 2 or 3 weeks, trying to get this thing to go right. Tom had a lot of really interesting changes, and fortunately, I was able to make most of those changes. He also contributed a lot of the footage, the views of the van that you see, the storage video, the diesel heater video, and several other parts he did. In the next segment that we're going to show in about 2 weeks, Tom does a tour of the Moki Dugway, which is incredible. It's just phenomenal. And I've always wanted to do it, but I have a fear of heights, and that is a very narrow, twisty, windy road to get up there. But I may someday decide to do that. It looks really, really challenging. So I'm kind of new to this premiere and doing the whole thing. I've got a lot to learn, and I hope you all stay with me. I've got a good friend from school, Paul Neal. I knew him all the way back to grade school. We were good friends, and he's recently resurfaced, and we're planning, hopefully, to do something. He's interested in getting into the van life, but he's going to drive a Tesla, and it'll be real interesting to see how that works. Good for him. And Camp Goer 1 is being my moderator today, and we really thank her for helping me. She has been a great friend. We did a premiere, a little 30-second blip, and she's in it. She did a wonderful tour of a shower, a camping shower, which we will put on later. But she allowed me to take a snippet, and it was, she really is very charismatic and been just an enormous friend. And I'd like to say this, a lot of people have forgotten that we have a lot of friends in this lifestyle, and Linda, Camp Goer 1, has been an enormous friend and asset to people who are out there living this lifestyle. It's not easy when you go on the road. I go on the road usually for 4 to 5 months, and it's not easy. And it's so helpful when you have people that support us emotionally, mentally, and Linda has done all of that. Unfortunately, our trips are always short, where everybody has obligations, and so it's always, things end too quickly. But that's how it goes. So I'm really working on this YouTube channel, hoping that we can get it up and running. I really do plan to tour the world. Snow and Kurt, if you've watched them, are a phenomenal channel and have been a tremendous inspiration to me. And I'm hoping to kind of follow in their footsteps. My biggest fear right now is going through Mexico. And unfortunately, I know I'm a lot of connections with the Latino community, and I can tell you the cartels are very real and very dangerous. And so you have to be very careful. Recently, 3 surfers were murdered in Mexico in a remote spot on the beach. And so one has to be really, really careful about what you do in Mexico. And at the same time, Mexico is a phenomenal country, and they will soon have their first female president ever. And they have made some incredible changes for the benefit of the people, which a wealthy governing party for, I think, 70 years refused to do. But it's also challenged. It has enormous challenges. Soon will be the Tren Maya. I think it's actually in operation right now, which is, they haven't figured out how much tourism can damage. And I can tell you, I'm sure Paul could tell you, growing up in Colorado, tourism has really harmed, I have somebody at the door. Tourism has really harmed Colorado, and we've also benefited in Colorado as well. So we've done both. Here, I gotta open the door.
It's me. Are you on your call?
Yeah, I'm on my call.
All right, no worries. Should I come back in like 5 or 10 minutes?
Okay, perfect.
Oh, cool.
So we had a big bathroom leak, and I have an estimator out trying to give me a repair bill is what that's all about. So anyway, sorry to take you all away from it. This has been a lot of fun. I think my creative talents are really coming out. I didn't realize that I loved video editing and video shooting so much. And I can tell you also as as a person that does a lot of videos, it is super, super difficult to shoot video in the field because the minute you whip out a camera, people aren't real anymore. Some people really don't want to be on camera. Some people have reasons not to be seen publicly. Other people have phobias about it. And so you have to be very subtle and very careful about who you video and what you video and make sure you get the appropriate permissions. And it's just a real challenge. And one of the biggest troubles that I've had doing videos is I'll shoot a beautiful video, we'll have a campfire and everybody's out there, and then somebody will walk over and say, I don't want to be in it. Well, why didn't you tell me before? You saw me shooting the video. Why didn't you tell me you didn't want to be in the video? And now how do I edit you out? I can't put a blot on your face. I mean, I could, but it would be a terrible video. So there are some real challenges when you're a videographer and you're trying to get what's really going on. The secret to doing good video is finding out what really is going on. And I hope that's what Tom's video of his van did, is that you get to see what a real person is doing. Tom spends, I would guess, 4 months a year, maybe 5, and he loves it. When he gets home, he tells me, oh, I wish I was out there again. I miss everybody, and I love being on the road. It's such a more simpler lifestyle. And this is a myth that we need to break. A lot of people think that the only people who are out living this lifestyle are the poor. And I'm out here because I don't have any choice. I can't afford rent. Well, that's really not true. I would say that 80% of the people out there are out there because they want to be out there. And there are 20% that are out there because they have to be out. But I would say 80% of people are living the way that we live because we want to live there. That this is how we feel. Hello, Steel Tent Adventures. It's just such a marvelous lifestyle. I can also tell you that little Nix is really, really traumatized with our return to the mountain house here. She used to get her walks, 10, 15 walks a day. She loved it. She didn't like the motion of the travel, but she loves to be out. And when we get to Breckenridge, everybody has a big dog, and she's just petrified. So we're not able to go out, and she is just pitching a fit. And so I am planning to go traveling much sooner, and I've been talking with some people about where to go. Niagara Falls does sound very attractive. I have a sister in the Up or near the Up, if you know where that is, in Michigan. Hello, Ramblin' Rose. It's so good to see all of you guys. And something else too that I didn't think would happen, but when I get to Breckenridge, I'm here all by myself. And meeting people is really hard. I do know some of the other people that own around here, but it's really, really hard. When you're on the road, you meet people and you make a lot of friends, and you get to put a face to the name. And it's a really cool thing. And if you're thinking about van life, we really, really encourage you to give it a whirl. It might not be for you, but you might find that it really is for you. And I'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet the people that are watching my channel. And hello, Steel Tent Adventures. Yep, I think I said hello. And Camp Goer One is doing a great service for us also. Tune into her channel. You're sure going to want to see it. Tom has a channel, and you should look him up. He doesn't have a lot of videos, but he's not monetized, so he can do something that I can't. He can do drone shots, and I can't do those because I'm monetized, and the FAA requires that if you're monetized that you have certain licenses. So that's why you don't see a lot of drone shots. We try to simulate drone shots, but we're unable to Hey, I've got some really cool stuff coming up. One of them is a little edgy. I interviewed a guy in a bus, and it's probably one of the most enjoyable editing jobs I've done. It was a lot of fun to edit, but he is a little unusual. And so I hope you'll enjoy that one. That one should be coming up next. I also got to interview Dot, the House of Dots in Slab City, and she's a dynamo. Was the very first person to interview her several years ago, and I went back and revisited her. And I did some other things in Slab City. I got to get a great interview with a guy by the name of Wizard, who is working in the art park there in East Jesus. And a lot of people think for Slab City, they have a place called Salvation Mountain, which is very, very religious. And then they have an art park called East Jesus. And a lot of people think that art park is named for a religious purpose. No, the guy that started that art park said, "I'm so far out here, I'm past East Jesus," and that's how it got its name. And it's not a religious art park at all. But they do have some very contemporary art, and it's the second largest experiential art park. One of the first shots you'll see when that video comes up is two people on a I forgot what you call it, seesaw is what you call it. Very interesting things. Some of the things that go to Burning Man and up there at East Jesus. And of course, I got the opportunity to spend a little time at the hot spring, which I love, and also at the range. They have live music. I got to go to a prom at the range. They have those every year, and I was able to go this year. Always wanted to do that because when I was young, I kind of missed my prom. And so what they do in Slab City at the range is they give you a chance to go to your prom. It's kind of silly stuff, but it's when you're out there having fun, it's the kind of things that we all enjoy. Ramblin' Rose said everybody should visit once, and she's absolutely right. It's a very, very interesting place. They say the last free place on earth. It's free because they don't charge you to stay there. There's no cost to developing a little parcel there, but it's only yours as long as you're there. And the minute you leave, somebody's going to come in and take your spot away. So it's free in one way, and in another way, it's not so free. I met a very interesting guy who built a shrine there, essentially, and unfortunately, he passed this year. You have to be really careful if you go to Slab City because it can be very dangerous, and if you mix with the wrong people, then you're going to have trouble. What I do when I go there is I keep my nose to the grindstone. I do visit various camps, but I'm very, very careful about not offending people and not poking my nose where it doesn't belong. I'm not looking to see if there's somebody slipping white stuff to somebody, or I just keep myself clean. I want to keep out of controversy in Slab City. And then you get to see the good part. And so many people go to Slab City and they see the bad part. But I think this is my life philosophy. I've seen so much bad in my life, in my professional life. I quit doing what I was doing because it was just so difficult to be dealing with people's problems every single day. Even though they paid me, I didn't feel good about it anymore. And it's a choice now in my life that I want to look for good things. I want to see the good in people, and I recognize that we all have our weaknesses and we all have our problems, and I don't want to dwell on those. You can come to me, and I don't care what your history is or who you are. All I care is what's going on right now. We're together as friends, and I can see the good part of people that others can't. I can see redeeming qualities in everyone. So it's a lot of fun. Ramblin' Rose said she went with a lot of people, and it's wise if you can go with a group. I've always gone by myself, but as I say, I'm very, very cautious. Well, guys, I really appreciate you all tuning in. Tom and I worked, as I said, we worked hours and hours and hours on this. and it was, I think, a very big success. And the next episode's even better, and that'll air, as I say, in a few weeks. And the next thing coming up, as I say, is this guy. He calls himself Novatron. And I'm sure you'll enjoy that. We'll do another premiere probably, and we'll see how that goes. But I think I should sign off now. I don't want to keep you. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please pass the word. YouTube, for some reason, is not really working our channels very well. And what they seem to be favoring, it's a business model, a business decision on their part, but they're favoring shorts, 15 seconds to 1 minute. You get 1 million views, but the minute you turn to a long form video, it's really, really discouraging. I put in probably, I think on Tom's video, I put in 50 hours doing this video, and we'll probably end up with 100 views. And it's very discouraging. I do the videos because I love to do them, so in a way the views don't matter, but it does feel good when you know that people really enjoy what you're doing. Well, thank you, Campgoer One. Thank you, Steel Tent Adventures, Ramblin' Rose, everybody that has tuned in. I'm scrolling here. That dude. Thank you, Katie.